Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Coravan. I usually a streamer on Twitch, and today we're actually streaming again. We're back with her story. I'm quite excited to see what's gonna happen next. I don't really know how this game would end, like how do we reach an ending. But yeah, I guess we shall see. I may sound a bit tired because I've been lacking of sleep and I'm a bit stressed lately, but I'm fine. It's fine, and we're just gonna get into the game, shall we? Right. Wife. I don't remember anything. Not gonna lie. Oh, let me bring up my notes. Wait a minute. Let me bring up my notes. Where's my iPad? Okay. Got my notes with me. So, let's recap, shall we? Based on my little notebook. Yeah, sorry. I sound tired. But, you know, oh my god! The mic just fell. God. Yeah, I'm sorry if your ears like disturbed by the sound just now, but yeah, well. Anyways, so last time we have three main characters. We have Simon, who was murdered, allegedly. We don't know what happened to him, to be exact. I think he died in a basement or something, or is that like a real story that I knew? I don't remember, but he died. And then we have two sisters who are like twins, but I'm not sure if they are, which is Eve and Hannah. Hannah is married to Simon. Eve was kind of like adopted? I'm not sure, but basically they have different mother who raised them. Basically they have different caretaker. Hannah and Simon had a daughter Ava, which I'm guessing is not longer anymore. Anyways, so yeah, there's just a lot of things, and I think Eve also knew Simon. So yeah, I mean, like, let's go rock. Okay.
Oh god, I don't know. I mean, I guess the rock. You've spoken to everyone there.
I'm guessing they're
Someone
talking
must
about,
have seen where he went.
yeah, witness.
I don't know. So many things could have gone wrong.
True. Okay.
No one has been in the last few weeks. We had a plumber come in 3-4 weeks ago. Someone summoned you from the rock.
Plumber. Okay, nothing interesting from plumber. Death caps was one of the reasons of why their father died, but I guess much explanation there. Okay, I just looked at my notes. I had a note saying Hannah, house burglar, blood, death, throat was cut. Interesting. Police maybe? Okay, get a lock.
It was after dinner. I'd spoken to Sam's parents on the phone. I looked up for an early night and I suddenly had this thought. I think it was something his mum had said. She'd been speaking about old stuff, sad stuff, about when we lived there, about the baby. There's some boxes in the cellar, nursery stuff we never needed, and I never had the heart to throw out. And I suddenly remembered that when I'd looked down there the week before, those boxes, that pile was in the wrong place. I went cold all over. I went down there with a torch and went straight to the back, and that's when I saw the bin bags. Pulled them open, saw the body. I screamed, and that's when I called the police.
Interesting. Okay, wait a moment. Somehow I can't see my video. So let me do some troubleshooting. I'm gonna watch that video again because I was not focused. Wait a minute. Give me a moment. Give me a moment. Fun fact, I just had a new chair also, and God, it has been a life savior. Fucking love this chair. It's ergonomic, which helps with my freaking back, because I've been having back issues. Oh God, my throat is dying, my ears. You guys remember the Hello Month stream where I got attacked? Oh my God, why do I keep this foul? Microphone, please. Anyway, do you guys remember the Halloween stream where the accident of my ear getting attacked by a random stuff happened? Yeah, well, after that my ears are never the same anymore, which maybe should cause me some concern. Okay. Stream is working well. We can get back to the video. Okay, literally. Let me rewatch this.
It was after dinner. I'd spoken to Sam's parents on the phone. I looked up for an early night and I suddenly had this thought. I think it was something his mum had said. She'd been speaking about old stuff, sad stuff, about when we lived there, about the baby. There's some boxes in the cellar, nursery stuff we never needed, and I never had the heart to throw out. And I suddenly remembered that when I'd looked down there the week before, those boxes, that pile was in the wrong place.
Okay.
I went cold all over. I went down there with a torch and went straight to the back, and that's when I saw the bin bags.
Bin bags, nursery stuff.
Pulled them open, saw the body.
Body? Of who?
I screamed, and that's when I called the police.
Okay.
When will the police let me back in the house? They let me take a bag of clothes with me, but...
What? Okay. I've been not seeing the dates. This was 30.
Yeah. When I was young, we ran away on my birthday. Bob Dylan was playing in London and we thought we could break into his tour bus and have him take us with him. The taxi driver we paid to drop us off, I mean, we'd saved money, pinched a bit here and there to pay for the fare. He was suspicious because we were so young, so he told the police. So they came and picked us up and took me back to Portsmouth. My mum picked me up from the station. But I blamed everything on my friend Eve. So my parents let me off.
My friend Eve. Wait. What? I'm like stuck. Y'all, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh God, I'm stuck. Oh my gosh. Okay. Better position now. This one's when she talked about pregnancy. This red outfit, I think, is like really one of the earliest video. Yep, this is the first video we watched. It was on the same date, which actually not the first interview date that we have.
1984. It
1984.
wasn't for you in the end.
Why?
We were living at Doug and Eleanor's. I lost the baby at the end of spring and my parents died in the summer.
1984.
It was a hot summer, a heat wave. So when they discovered the bodies, it was just awful. Because of the circumstances, them dying together like that, they brought in a lot of police. A forensic entomologist. I had to look
Entomologist.
that up. It was because of the heat. It's just
Baby parents 1984 death heat wave. Interesting. Can we get 1984? No. Heat wave. It started raining outside, which is perfect for the scenery. Bin bags. How do I sing? Okay.
really? Here's the rest. They laid a body on the dock to dry. Oh, the wind and the rain. Till a fiddler with a fiddle came walking by. Oh, the dreadful wind and rain.
Why?
I made a fiddle bow of her long hair. Oh, the wind and the rain. Yes, he made a fiddle bow of her long blonde hair. Oh, the dreadful wind and rain. And I made fiddle pegs of her finger bows. Oh, the wind and the rain. Yes, he made fiddle pegs from her finger bows. Oh, the dreadful wind and rain. And he made a fiddle out of her breastbone. Oh, the wind and rain. The sound could pierce a heart of stone. Oh, the dreadful wind and rain.
Okay.
But the only tune that the fiddle could play was oh, the wind and the rain. Yes, the only tune that the fiddle could play
What
was oh, the dreadful
a right moment, because it also started raining here, right?
rain.
Yay.
Anything you sing may be used as evidence against you.
Wow. Singing. I'm guessing like we have to have the DB checker, like have all the video out, right? Okay. Okay.
Black coffee, thanks. No sugar. Sweet enough as it is.
Ooh.
A mobile phone? Yeah. Well, they have one for the glaziers, but it's only for work. I can't remember the number. It's in the kitchen. I saw it plugged into its charging cradle.
What? You? Okay.
Childhood sweethearts.
Childhood sweethearts. Who? Simon?
That. Are you married, detective?
Ooh. Are you flirting with me right now? Detective. Okay.
No, it's okay. The other detective has just gone to get me.
Get you what?
Must think it's very cool that their dad is a police detective.
What? What is happening? Kids. Nice.
Diane is really nice.
Diane,
she helps out
Diane
with the
again?
glaziers, organises the Christmas party, that sort of thing. They have 2 kids, really sweet kids. She used to look out for me when I worked there.
Who's Diane again? I can't remember her.
I got a job to contribute, you know. Doug knew someone and I got a job as a dinner lady at the primary school. They said it didn't matter if I could cook or not, just don't poison the kids.
Wow.
So you see, it's always been complicated between me and Simon. It's never just been the 2 of us. There's always been pressure.
Okay.
Well, there you go. How many kids?
How many kids?
Well, my friend Eve. I mean, she was a friend from when I was a kid. And she was always more popular with the boys, and I used to hate her for it. I mean, really hate her sometimes.
Hate is a strong word, girl. Hate. No. Love. Okay.
Thanks. Please find Simon. I love him so much.
Wait, Simon's gone or is he dead? When did Simon die again? Let's see. Where did I get the information that Simon... Okay, Simon first went missing and then he died, but I didn't write the dates of when that happened. Which kind of sucks. Oh well. We got her singing again. What?
No. I mean, he was... Everyone loves Simon. He was so nice to everyone. He loves me.
Mm-hmm.
Cute. You must love them very much. What ages are they?
Detective kids, basically, right?
You want me to play something? I'm not the world's greatest guitar player. Okay? Probably needs tuning. No. How about a traditional band? Should be right up next. Sisters came walking by the sea. Oh, the wind and the rain. The eldest one pushed the other one in. Oh, the dreadful wind and rain. See, they both had a love for the captain's son. Oh, the wind and the rain, but he only cared for the youngest one. Oh, the dreadful wind. Oh, the eldest envied her sister fair. Oh, the wind and the rain, with a pretty little face and her long blonde hair. Oh, the dreadful wind and rain. She pushed her in and held her
What?
down. Oh, the wind and
The song suddenly went dark.
watched her as she slowly drowned. Oh, the dreadful wind and rain.
Wow, girl.
She floated up and she floated down. Oh, the wind and the rain. Floated till a ship came by. Oh, the dreadful wind. Out comes the captain's son. Oh, the wind and the rain.
think it's already weird when you held her to drowning. Guitar. Okay.
No, Simon didn't play guitar. He wasn't very musical. He liked to listen, but he was tone deaf.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah, it's my guitar.
Name.
Okay, you got me. I'll confess. We were there. It was a dirty weekend. Simon was going to expense it, pretend it was a business trip. I used a made-up name. We stayed at the hotel, had room service, didn't leave the room. Had a great view of the river, and you could hear the church bells. Like you said, it was very romantic. My name.
You just heard love
That
romance
was the
story.
reaction I failed. Your lie detector works.
What? Man, I'm so freaking confused. Like, I'm lost. Like, what? I'm like trying to visualize what I'm understanding. Maybe we should have make like a mood board. So. Body. Okay.
The bruise.
Bruise? She had a
I
bruise?
have a really fast metabolism, so stuff like that just comes and goes. I don't know if there's much more that I can tell you that I haven't already told the other policemen. I found the body.
I really want meatballs. Sorry. Okay.
His body didn't look real.
Maybe it's fake.
His throat. It looked like his throat had been cut. And I didn't see his glasses. He has these thick glasses.
She's anxious. She's holding her ring. I should have spotted their hands.
He doesn't know his face.
The one who was wearing supposedly was Hannah, right?
Can
So
you
this is
imagine?
Eve.
I tried to get pregnant too, but it didn't happen. I slept with so many boys, men.
Wow.
My body refused. I think my period stopped because hers had. I was pretty ill. I mean, how could we stay the same now? I felt like Hannah had really fucked things up.
It
Set
is
us
really
down
insane.
separate paths. We had become different.
You guys need to be the same? Identical. Okay.
We loved our cat. Dominic.
Cat! Yes, love this content.
He had this little bell around his neck to stop him from killing birds in the garden. And we used to write each other notes and put them in the bell, and we could send them to each other. Mum found some of the notes once, and she thought I was just writing to myself because our handwriting was identical.
Wow.
And we had our own words for things, so she didn't quite understand them anyway.
Interesting. Domino.
No cat. My parents had a cat before they died called Domino. It was this little black thing with white dots. And we never did anything
Like my little kitty.
That, but if you were thin, you could maybe squeeze through it.
Cat black? Oh. Oh, no, frick! I pressed the wrong button. Ring.
No. No, he wasn't wearing his wedding ring.
Unfaithful.
No, I
got...
have never been unfaithful. I've never cheated on Simon.
We got the first video. I don't know which one was it, but we got it. This is so confusing. Right, Florence was the mother, midwife. We watch these. Moving. Home.
It was my birthday, like you said. We were going to have a meal at home. We had our meal. He gave me his present. I guess I didn't like the present.
Why? What present did he give?
We spent the wedding night in a hotel in Brighton.
Brighton,
It would be too much to do more. We were saving for the baby. It was wonderful to be in a hotel, away from home, just alone together. Since then, we've always tried to go away for our holiday.
Interesting.
At the time, they said it was poison, food poisoning.
This one is
felt
that died.
guilty. If I'd still been at home, maybe I could have done something. I didn't.
Oh, it's the fight with Simon. The throat was cut. You saw his throat was cut. What?
I mean, I don't know. Something must have happened to him on his way home. He could be hurt. I mean, why hasn't he phoned? I don't know.
Simon and Eve. No. Future references, yeah, but doesn't help me a lot. Confess. What's a word about? Knife? Deceive?
Mother wanted me to grow my hair long, but I kept cutting it myself.
You seem
I
pretty
wanted
insane.
to look like my reflection. She always had short hair when she was little. Mother would hide the scissors, but I would find a way. Cut it with a bread knife, something like that. My reflection would always leave her house and go on adventures, but I never could. Mother taught me at home, and I had books and TV.
Mother knows best.
TV was magical,
One way
but it was
or
only all I
another.
wanted to be, so I spent a lot of time reading books.
When will my... There's so many Disney references there. Okay.
Silverleaf? No. He normally silvers them properly. This mirror, it's supposed to look antique. The reflection isn't as good. It's the perfect mirror for someone who doesn't like to look at their own reflection.
What was that supposed to be? Let's see if she wears the ring, actually. She is.
Silverleaf?
This is Hannah.
Yes. The first time we saw each other, it was strange. We both realised at the same moment, I think. We must have seen each other before, but there was this instant when we first realised it wasn't a reflection. The reflection was staring back.
Interesting.
I think I was 5. It was my birthday. My reflection was wearing a party hat and waving. I knew what party hats were from books. And it suddenly occurred to me, today must be my birthday.
Wow.
I waved back and we just spent ages waving at each other and copying each other's movements. I wanted to see my reflection. I thought that if I touched her, something would happen. We would become one. One girl. The fairy tale was over, the witch was dead, and I'd be restored to my rightful place.
Eve is insane. Crazy. Yep.
Her story is that she'd waited for him to come back. She put on my wig, some of my clothes, pretended to be me.
What?
They talked. She'd enjoyed being me. He said he wanted to be with me.
Is this Simon?
Then he took out a present. Another mirror. Just like the one he'd given her earlier. That unique present. She went crazy, smashed the mirror. They argued, screamed. He hit her.
What?
So she grabbed a piece of the mirror and just swung it round. She cut his throat clean open.
What?
She'd only meant to scare him off.
What? Is that the killer story? Kill Simon story? What? Alibi.
It happened very quickly. We hardly had to talk to each other. We agreed almost silently. The baby was what mattered. We'd help each other. We cleaned up. We bagged up the broken mirror, her clothes. They're gone. We took him down to the cellar. We knew we had an alibi, and we wanted the body to be found later. We wanted to have suspicion on us, so we could then disprove it, rather than have it linger. Better to keep the body in the house than risk being seen with it. The watch, that was my touch.
The watch?
To make sure the alibi stuck.
What? What?
I guess you could call it that, but
Oh yeah, she is
we were
bruised.
both happy to get married. It
Kinda.
was a beautiful wedding.
Sorry if you're not, but you look
We
like
had our
bruised.
first dance to come back and stay. I'm not sure if that's a good wedding song, but I loved it. I chose it. I mean, it was genuinely our first dance. We'd never danced together before. It was probably awful to watch, but I enjoyed it. It felt like it was just me and Simon for that moment. Just the two of us. Yeah, that's Simon's watch. It was a gift from Eric. He got it this year. It was a wedding anniversary gift. Steel.
Steel?
It would have been Diane who chose it. She has really nice
Okay,
taste.
Diane's the boss's wife, I'm guessing.
That time, it must eliminate me. I was in Glasgow then.
What? What? Nursery. chit chat. Yeah, how's it going down there? You done? Not yet. Oh. Okay, how longer? Buzz when you're ready. You done? No? Okay, take your time. Okay. We're getting there. I'm so confused. Did Eve just confess on killing someone? Who? Throat was cut, which makes me think it was Simon. Throat. Okay. It's the mirror.
In his throat.
A glass?
How?
I mean mirror? Oh my god, it is.
It wasn't the present so much. It was one of those arguments that had been simmering for a while. The present was a mirror. A nice mirror. He'd engraved the glass, the kind of mirror a princess would have in a story. He made it specially for me.
She didn't like the mirror. What is happening?
The mirror. I can't remember. I put it somewhere safe. Upstairs, I think. I haven't looked at it since.
Suspicious hand movements. Glass.
Look, on his clothes. That would make sense. He made it. By hand. I mean, he brushes the silver onto the glass. That's not how they make mirrors these days. I mean, he made the mirror. And he gave it to me.
She looks happy, but Eve was not.
No. I've had enough coffee for today, thanks. Glass of water.
Me too. I need a glass of water. Argue.
When you've been married for 10 years, stuff accumulates.
Yeah, I mean,
You could argue about anything. And he's so nice. That doesn't help.
Indeed.
He tries to smooth things over, and that just makes it worse.
Agree.
We're both passive aggressive, so we never normally argue directly about anything.
Passive aggressive. That's not right. I still have a lot of that being empty though. Brighton. Wedding. Okay.
Yeah.
Is
We were
Hannah?
17. It was a nice wedding, people said.
Oh, they got
Simon looked very
teenage
handsome in the photos. His parents paid for everything, but
teenage
he's an only
pregnancy.
child, so it was important to them. It was what they called a shotgun wedding,
Yep.
but if you looked at the photos, you couldn't tell. The dress was beautiful. It looked like Princess Diana's. The train wasn't quite as long though. There's a great photo of the bridesmaid helping to carry it out of the car.
Teenage pregnancy.
No. The parents decided there would be a wedding. And after the wedding, Hannah moved in with his parents. There was no way I could follow. So we were separated again.
She's crazy. Eve is
I
insane.
stayed in the attic. It was hard. It's like I suddenly didn't exist. I would sneak out, but in case anyone recognized me, I started wearing a wig. Hannah and I would meet up in the park. I was trying to get pregnant. But I couldn't. I mean, I couldn't do it with anyone we knew, so it was sex with strangers. Drug guys I'd met in clubs, in parks and alleyways.
You could get an STD, honey.
17.
Oh my god.
It felt like I was being punished.
Yeah, why would you do that, girl?
It was Hannah who had betrayed us.
No. Eve.
I had to stop when one of the guys gave me an STD.
Yeah. You fuck with strangers a lot. No surprise. It's
when
a
we
weird
met up,
right.
it was disturbing. For the first time, my reflection, she didn't look like me. She was fatter, flushed. If anything, I was getting skinnier. I found it hard to look sometimes. We talked about what to do. Was it time to become our own people? I mean, that seemed like the right thing to do, but
yeah.
Neither of us wanted it.
Why? I think you don't want it. Girl.
We agreed that her and Simon would get their own place as soon as possible, and then I could move in.
This girl's
that
insane.
was the plan.
She's insane. Eve, what's wrong with her? Wig. Okay.
A wig? You mean... But what type of wig?
What do you mean, what type of wig?
No, I've never worn a wig. What kind of wig?
Hannah's lying. I think.
This other person doesn't exist. I don't know what the blonde wig is, but it could be anything. Have you looked at the cat flap?
What's with the cat flap? I don't get it. What's with the cat flap?
This was about 9. I went round and she was waiting for me. She was furious and so angry, the kind of anger you can only have towards yourself. We screamed at each other, argued, cried, we fought. I hit her back, left a bruise. I had my wig on from performing, she tore it off. Eventually, we grew tired of fighting and I left.
Separate. I think I wrote separate wrong. I don't. Separated. Separation. No? Alone? Okay.
It lasted about 6 months. I tried to carry on, but everything was different. Hannah insisted I not pretend to be her around Simon.
Yeah, well, obviously.
Let me sleep with him.
Yeah, obviously.
I didn't share him like the others. The rules had changed. Me living in the attic had become weird, in a way it hadn't been before.
Wait a moment.
It lasted about 6 months. I tried to carry on, but everything was different. Hannah insisted I not pretend to be her around Simon, let alone sleep with him. I didn't share him like the others. The rules had changed. Me living in the attic had become weird, in a way it hadn't been before.
They have been living as like one entity? That's what I'm guessing? One. No? Sleep?
I sleep on the right side of the bed, as you come in from the door. You can tell because I have 2 pillows and he just has 1.
Why is that relevant to the story? But sure.
Simon was very moral about that sort of thing. He wouldn't just walk out there and sleep with anyone. He wasn't that kind of guy. He took his marriage very seriously.
Good for him. Good for him. Not good for you.
Hannah was so smitten with Simon. She started getting jealous, didn't want to share. Even the first date. We went to see Tom Cruise at the Old Odeon. We both went, kept changing places in the toilet.
What?
We only had one best
They're
dress,
so
so we had
weird.
to keep swapping clothes. Must have thought we had terrible bladder problems. The next date, it was my turn. At the end, I let him kiss me, but that was it. We didn't want another Carl on our hands, and the Ouija board had said to hold back.
What? A Carl?
After that, it was Hannah's turn, and she slept with him. Broke the rules.
Why?
Deliberately broke the rules. She wanted to be the first to sleep with him. I mean, that's when she got pregnant.
Wow.
From that one time.
On her 3rd day. That is insane. Okay, another Carl?
Was he my first? No need to be so coy. No, he wasn't my first. That would have been Carl. He was a local boy in a band. He was a bit of a shit, but he was sexy. We were 15.
15? Wow, so young.
No, I was 15. Carl was older. 17, I think. I was really into him, regardless of how he actually behaved. Lots of drunken teenage sex.
Wow.
We did it in a church once.
Church?
It's stupid.
Blasphemy.
So he got tired of us and we split up after about 6 months. It was sad, but those early experiences, they help you realise who's really important to you, you know? Family.
Family.
Family. So, Carl fucked off, and then there were other boys here and there, and then Simon.
Interesting.
Differences? She's a better driver than me. She passed the test for us. I tried to take it and nearly crashed the car. Learned that you can't rely on confidence to get you through everything.
Yep.
She is the shy one. She was especially shy around boys. If Hannah liked a boy, I would have to pursue him. It was that way with Carl. Hannah met him first. She had such a crush.
Why does Eve have to pursue?
I let him take my virginity after a night that his band had played at. It got difficult. When I was with Carl, we would have sex, but Hannah couldn't let him see she was a virgin. She had lots of excuses. After a while, we decided that I should take Hannah's virginity.
What?
It's not that different to a bruise, pulling a tooth, a graze. We used a hairbrush.
Oh.
After that, we took it in turns, though. I was always the one who seduced the boys. Until Simon.
Interesting. This is interesting. Wow. They really live a double life. He lied to a lot of people.
There was a conference, something to do with double glazing, in Oxford.
What?
There was a conference, something to do with double glazing, in Oxford.
Double glazing? I don't know. Died.
Then my parents died. It was the worst year of my life. A miscarriage and then my parents.
Wait a minute. Okay. That was pretty insane. Scared.
Okay. She's being chased. They're trying to catch her because she did something bad. I guess she broke the rules. Or maybe they think she did something bad. Maybe it wasn't her fault. She looks scared, not guilty. Maybe it was mistaken identity.
Mistaken identity.
Did they catch her? I don't know.
Identity. I know I'm not talking much, but like I'm kind of confused on what to say either, because like, oh my, this microphone, I swear to God. Okay, microphone, please, 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 for the love of God. I think I need to move the cables because the cables is like kind of around my legs. Maybe that's why. And I blame the microphone for it, and it was obviously my fault. Okay. This is interesting. So they really live a double life until she met Simon. Crush. I still have a lot of videos missing, but like, I'm seriously don't have a keyword. Like, what? What do you guys think? It was always it. Rules. Okay.
Just became our way of life. We would swap places and take it in turns to do things. And we were very careful. Whoever had been out that day would come back and write a detailed diary so that we were on the same page.
Wow. It's crazy.
We had a list of rules that said what we could and couldn't do in any given situation. It was exhaustive.
Yeah, I bet
we lived
so.
a second life through those rules. Rules for things that could only ever happen inside our imaginations. And we would consider all the permutations of future events.
They're insane.
And agree rules to walk our way through them.
Hey Nightmare, welcome. I am invested in this game. Hi, welcome. How do I say your name? Ken? Sebs? I'm gonna call you Sebs. Man, what? How do I trigger her saying the rules? Don't sleep. Do I need to put apostrophe? Nope. Sleep. Hair.
What kind of hairs?
What? That's it? You're kidding me. Oh, I think they were talking about a blonde wig, so blonde? Nope. Blonde wig. Blonde hair. Nope. Lost? Okay.
No. I lost the baby.
No.
I had a miscarriage at 8 months.
That's quite far
We
in.
carried on living at Simon's parents until, well, it was only a few months after. Fairy tales. Stories about lost princesses, evil witches, magical mirrors and lost children. So you see, even before I knew the truth, I'd found it in those stories.
I reached 50% apparently from the achievement.
If one of us got hurt, the other one would have to be hurt too.
How? You guys
A
hurt each other?
bruise, a bruise. When I lost my tooth first, we had to pull our harness to match.
Oh my god.
Once, I slept with a boy who was seeing another girl. The girlfriend came up to Hannah the next day and punched her in the face, gave her a huge black eye. That night, she had to do the same to me.
You can't
She
replicate.
almost went too far. I couldn't see out of that eye for days. She snuck frozen peas up for me from the kitchen. So much of our bodies were synchronised anyway. We started our period on the same day. All our childhood diseases, stomach bugs, nits.
Like, what? You cannot replicate a bruise or like a wound. How do you replicate it? Like it's. I feel like there is almost 0% like you can get it exactly the same shape, same color. I don't know. It's a game. It's a game, Vaughn. You don't need to think too much about it.
Bruise?
Yeah, your face was bruised.
Yeah, no, it's nothing. I was going through the top cupboard in my kitchen and the chair slipped and I kind of hit the door with my face.
Wow.
We hurt like hell.
Match. This is a new
Really?
shirt?
Go on then, take the cup, run your fingerprints. They'll match. You didn't.
What? Fingerprint. Nice, got a lot. Let's go.
Fine. I've never had my fingerprints taken before. I once put my hand in the oven.
Sus.
Fingerprints. Yes, yeah. I would have cleaned them. I changed the sheets too. With the fingerprints in all those places.
This is Hannah, right? I'm guessing this is Eve, but she's not showing her hand, so I can't really see.
Fine.
Yeah, she's not showing her hand, so I can't see. I'm identifying it through their ring.
Could they have been my parents' fingerprints? I'm not sure how long they last for, but is that possible?
Blood. Let's see. Necklace. Eve keeps wearing a necklace. I kind of want to know about it. Neck. Fist. I don't know. Sick. This freaking
Yes,
mic.
I'm fine.
Oh my god. Wait a moment.
Oh, I was sick again. This happens some days. I'm pregnant.
Right now?
This morning sickness.
Wait, what? She's pregnant? Now? What? The story just got more complicated. Like, what the hell? What?
Yes.
This is Hannah. Simon's dead though. What? Pregnant. I can't believe I never searched that word.
I got pregnant.
17?
Both our parents had a big powwow.
Obviously.
We weren't even in the room. And they decided we should get married.
As a lot of cases goes. You know, I think even at this point of time, it's still kind of a taboo, at least in Asia.
No. Well, yes. He found out on my birthday. I told him I was pregnant.
Found out my birthday. I told him I was pregnant. Okay.
When I arrived in Glasgow, I was exhausted. The streets were empty. I was driving badly. And I hit a taxi. Not a big crash, just paintwork. The guy was so pissed off because I didn't have a driving license on me. But when I told him I was pregnant, he made sure I got to the hospital so they could check me out. It was fine. The hospital must have details when I was looked at. There's a scratch on the car.
Hospital. Let's go.
Ask the hospital.
Yeah, I am. I'm trying to.
I don't see how it's hard. We've established I was in Glasgow when he was killed. You've spoken with the hospital.
Doctor. Nurse. 911. Glasgow. Glasgow. Oh. They basically had a strong alibi, but by the story we have here, they match up the clock so that they all had an alibi. Argument. How do you write argument? Argument. I think it's correct. Life. Wow. Okay.
Really? You're going to ask me about my sex life?
Well, I didn't expect
Isn't
that.
Private.
I know, right? Okay.
Are you married? How is your sex life? So, our sex life is probably fairly average for a couple after 10 years of marriage.
Which means not that much.
Yeah.
Not like rabbits, at least.
They'd gone to bed feeling ill, thinking it was flu or something. The neighbour called me, I had to use my key to let them in. We found them dead in their bed. And they'd been there for days. No one had noticed.
My god.
Just awful. It was so soon after my miscarriage.
Yeah, the
The
parents.
worst year of my life. I'd been so happy to get married, and after that it was just like, fuck.
Yeah. 1984, I think there was. 1984. Nope. Parents. Mushroom.
Something was wrong. The bags,
The
I think
bags?
they're up in my kitchen, you can probably check that. I never go into the cellar. It's just a place we put things we don't need. Dad used to grow mushrooms there. The bags were taped up. I think it was parcel tape. I think it was ours.
What's inside the bag? Tell me! Bag.
Okay. I parked up on the street. It was busy, so I had to park down the end of the road. Walked up, knocked on the door, no answer. I took my keys out of my bag and unlocked the door. The main lock was unlocked. You can tell because the key doesn't turn when you try to turn it to the left. I walked in. Simon's coat wasn't on the peg. I couldn't see his shoes in the shoe rack. I shouted out. I walked straight into the kitchen because he usually sits in there to have a cup of tea and read his paper, but he wasn't there. I touched the kettle. It was cold. I looked quickly in the living room. Nothing. So I walked upstairs to the bedroom and he wasn't there. I didn't search for him because it was pretty clear he wasn't there. I had a shower. The phone rang whilst I was in the shower. I didn't answer it. I think it was Eric. Then I was just exhausted. So I lay down on the bed and I fell asleep, though I didn't mean to. I woke up a couple of hours later and I was surprised to see no one in the bed next to me. And then I remembered where I was and what had happened. That's when Eric called again. This time I spoke to him. Then I called Doug and Eleanor. And then I decided to come and see you. Don't know.
Wait, I should write this timeline down. Timeline.
Okay.
This is a different outfit, different day. Wow.
I parked up on the street.
Hannah.
It was busy, so I parked down the end of the road. I walked up to the house. I knocked on the door. No answer. I took my keys out of my bag, unlocked the door. The main lock was unlocked. I could tell because the key wouldn't turn when I tried to turn it to the left. I walked in. Simon's coat wasn't on the peg. I couldn't see his shoes on the shoe rack. I shouted out for him. I walked straight into the kitchen. He usually sits in there to have a cup of tea and read his paper. He wasn't there. I touched the kettle. It was cold. I looked quickly into the living room. Nothing. I walked upstairs to the bedroom. He wasn't there. I didn't search for him because it was pretty clear he wasn't there.
Wow.
And then I had a shower. Whilst I was in the shower, the phone rang. I think it was Eric, his boss. I didn't answer it. Then I came out and I
This is what basically she was saying about the journal diary
so I lay down on the bed and I fell asleep, but I didn't mean to.
This is exactly the same.
A couple of hours later and I was surprised to see no one in the bed next to me. And then I remembered where I was and what had happened. That's when Eric called again. I spoke to him.
This is identical.
Then I called Simon's parents. And then I decided to come and see you. That enough?
That's exactly the same. That is creepy. What? What? Wait.
Okay.
This happened before.
I parked up on the street. It was busy, so I had to... Again, and I spoke to him. Then I called Doug and Eleanor. And then I decided to come and see you.
They have different. They fucked up. This is Eve. They fucked up. She called Doug and Eleanor. She called their parents. Interesting. Doug.
Yeah. I've been round to Doug and Eleanor's and they're very worried. I feel sorry for them. I hoover, I dust every week. Maybe less. I once asked Eleanor how often I should dust and she said, if people asked, tell them you do it once a week, but every few weeks is okay. I think she was just trying to make me feel better. I mean, when I was there, she was hoovering every day in a ran and ordered house. house. You know how that generation is, putting on a brave front. She has secret stashes of cigarettes. Doug doesn't even know she smokes.
Wow.
When I was there, I saw her. She has these sort of porcelain vases, ornamental, next to the Reader's Digest books. Cigarettes inside. And she still has them. I mean, last time I was there, I looked in a vase. There was a fresh pack. I mean, all those years of marriage, and she still has a secret like that.
I mean, yeah. I just lost my pen, Apple Pen's backside, but I'm gonna find it later. Who cares? Eleanor. How do I write her name? Okay.
Yes.
This is Eve. This will Eve.
Eleanor at least once a day. Not that there's anything much to say. It's more just...
Oh my god. She cursed. Coffee?
Yes. I got to Glasgow, I was exhausted, so I pulled over and slept in the car. I woke up because a rubbish truck went past. I got some petrol, bought a coffee and a pastry, tried calling someone from the payphone, and then headed back. About 8 years back. It was a present to myself.
The tattoo.
I shouldn't even be drinking coffee with the baby. It's been hard trying to give it up. I think they say you can have 1 cup.
You don't do it. If the doctors say no, don't do it.
Coffee, I guess. Milk and sugar.
Tea? Wow. Spilling the tea.
Could I have a cup of tea?
Different preferences.
A cup of tea would be good, thanks. Just 1 sugar. Maybe a fresh cup of tea?
She needs a lot of tea. She drinks a lot of tea. Sugar.
Just the 1 sugar. Thanks. Is that
Very
kind of
weird.
recording?
Yeah, it is.
Black no sugar. Thanks.
See? Different preferences. We are finding them out, y'all. Preferences. Yeah, nobody can be identical. Favorite.
Sorry. The picture, the way it's drawn, just reminded me of the books we used to read as children. I read those fairy tales over and over, and they were so real to me. Rapunzel was my favourite. My brain is just full of it.
Okay, this is Eve.
Are any of these in colour?
Maybe. Fairy tale.
And the Glaziers. I worked there some weekends, and Simon had a part-time job there too. That was Eric's generosity. He was always good at helping out other people's children. Simon was quiet, more thoughtful than the other boys. Even then, he had a sense of craftsmanship. Wasn't always rushing stuff. Boys that age are just running around like headless chickens most of the time.
Yeah.
Plus, he had that look. He looked like a fairy tale prince from one of my books.
I feel like every time they mention books, it's more leaning on Eve. She's also the insane one to keep giggling. No, a frick! I did it again! Whoa! My database checker suddenly really full. What?
Simon never cheated on me. He was devoted to me, and I was devoted to him.
Wow.
Nothing in life is easy. We were good to each other. Life isn't a fairy tale.
Sadly not, yeah.
You do what you can.
SB. Wow, sorry. Let me silent my phone. God. What keyword should we try? $17?
A long time. We got married when I was 17.
Okay.
I did. Well, we met when we were 17, both working at the Glaziers.
Glaziers.
We couldn't afford our own place. Simon dropped out of school, went full-time at the Glaziers. That was Eric's generosity. We moved in with his mum and dad. They had a spare room for us and the baby if it came.
Sad.
It was a nice change, time to myself, living there for those months, full of hope.
Yeah, miscarriages are always sad.
No, everyone loved Simon. He's a glazier, he doesn't have much money. I don't know. I don't know.
She was.
She's crying, I guess. She's sad because she thought she saw her husband with another woman. But it's okay, because she finds out it wasn't her husband, it was his brother. And so it's fine.
Oh my. Oh. So Simon, I think Simon found out later then. Simon knew. No. Simon knew Eve. No. Sister. This is the true tea.
When she went home, Simon had a birthday tea waiting.
Birthday tea?
Afterwards, she told Simon about me. Told him I was pregnant. She wanted me to move in with them, this sister he didn't know she had.
She was pregnant also?
She knew that instant. The look on his face. She
Knew what? Knew what? Knew what? Girl, tell me.
She sent him out of the house, kicked him out, called me up, crying, and I went round. I guess I had a feeling I could hear something was wrong in her voice, but I wasn't sure what it was. She called me sister on the phone. She never calls me that. My sister is gone.
What?
And she's never coming back.
Her sister died? What? Hannah died? disagree. Understand.
Yes, I understand my rights. No, I don't need a lawyer.
Okay. Stop. Nope, nope. Almost did it again. Lawyer.
Can I leave?
No.
Are you going to arrest me? No. They'd laugh you out of the building. A lawyer would make mincemeat of you.
Man, she is pissed.
Yes.
Very different with this one.
What are you going to arrest me for?
This girl, Eve, is brave. What's a keyword we can use to trigger more about what happened? Night?
I didn't. I slept in the car. I left about 9 that night. I wasn't there.
I think this testimony about them in Glasgow plays a big part on revealing the truth. It's just that I haven't been taking notes anymore. Kind of got lost into it. 9. Heart.
We were obsessed with fairy tales. Not just the pretty, pretty ones, but the traditional ones. They were dark and real, bizarre and violent.
Very Charles
Felt
Arnold.
like life. We had this huge old book that I think Mum must have bought from a library sale. The illustrations had thin tracing paper over them to protect them. They were in colour, shiny plates. At the front of the book was an index of illustrations. We read that more than the actual stories. We'd read aloud the captions and flip between the pictures. There was something intimate about peeling back the tracing paper, undressing the pictures. Rapunzel's hair is cut. The eagle plucks out his heart. The princess pricks her finger.
Traditional. Slash hit.
It's like I told you before. I drove.
Again
I took
with the story.
car and drove. I don't have my own car, but I have a spare set of keys. I just drove north. I wanted to think for some space between me and them. Everything I told you before is true. I stopped at Glasgow. I was tired, exhausted. I pulled out and I hit a car. My car was okay, but I was worried about the baby, so I went to A&E to get the okay. Everything was fine. Slept in the car. When I woke, I tried to call Hannah from a payphone. She wasn't answering.
Oh.
And then I decided to drive back. I had decided that she was more important to me than Simon.
Which was different than Hannah's. Oh God. Whoa. What's happening? Like I really want them to tell me, like, what the frick, like, give me all of this at once, please. I got the last video already. Refresh. Hey. No. Leave.
When beautiful people died, we always felt like it was a sign. You remember Princess Grace? Grace Kelly? She died in a car crash the year before we met Simon. We used a Ouija board to speak to her, and that gave us the power to find him.
What?
That's what we thought then. That people who died tragically leave some kind of magic behind.
Oh.
We used to share dreams. We used to wake up and write them down in our diaries immediately and compare them.
Diaries. Ouija board. Okay, those are 2 keywords now. Diary.
No, he doesn't keep a diary. That's my thing. I've kept one, well, as long as I can remember, since I was a girl. It helps make sense of my day.
No, it's just share to your sister.
Something into words. Just gives you perspective. Everyone's on the same page.
Diaries. Okay, no. Ouija. No. Board. No. Glasses? No. Open.
No, they were shut. Most of the windows were really hard to open anyway. It's stifling in summer.
I hate the summer.
They were painted over by my dad. Could have left a door open accidentally. Or there's a cat flap in the back door.
What's with this cat flap that keeps appearing up?
Are you arresting me? No. Fuck off.
This girl.
Open this door.
Flap. Cat. Oh.
When we weren't together, we'd send secret messages by tapping out a code
Domino.
that we'd learned from a book. The knock code. Something prisoners of war would use. We'd tap them out on radiator pipes or the attic floor.
What does that mean?
Dad thought we had mice, but they couldn't find any. Bought a cat anyway.
We also had a knocking one before that I didn't save though. When she was wearing red, I think. Maybe one of these?
No, they were shut.
Oh no, this one a bit new.
No, no cat.
Huh. Let me try to search up knock code. Knock code. Okay, I got a tap code book. Let's do it. Let me put it here. Let's try to make sense of this.
No, no cat.
Oh, not this video.
My parents had...
Was this video?
When we weren't together, we'd send secret messages by tapping out a code that we'd learned from a
Type it
book.
down.
The knock code. Something prisoners of war would use. We'd tap them out on radiator pipes or the attic floor.
Wait, this is hard. Wait, this is hard. This is hard. Wait, let me. I need to make notes. Make notes. Wait.
When we weren't together, we'd send secret messages by tapping out a code that we'd learned from a book. The knock code.
Okay.
Something prisoners of war would use. We'd tap them out on radiator pipes or the attic floor.
I don't get the one. I don't get the tap code. 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. What? That doesn't make sense to me.
Dad thought we had mice, but they couldn't find any.
Am I looking at the wrong code? journal translation? Let me look it up. Knockcode cipher. War. What? I genuinely don't know. Like I'm seeing a knock code, but I don't get it. It has this like it looks like tic-tac-toe, but they say 1 2 1 2. Like I guessing one is left, one is right, but my stupid brain don't understand it, so I don't know what to do. I guess we just don't find out. We can just Google it. I mean later. Okay. Knock code. Knock code. Is this the one?
What are you doing talking about Dean?
Yep, it's this one. Okay. I'm guessing that will be quite important, and I think it'll probably took us one more episode. Wow, before we solve this case. Oh, but anyways, I think that's all for today. I'm thirsty. I kind of wanna nom nom on pizza, which I have on my fridge. So yeah, thank you for stopping by. Thank you, Sebs and Nightmare Designer for stopping by. And yeah, I don't know. I'll probably not stream next week nor record next week. I don't think there'll be any update next week because next week is a very busy week. I think the whole of November will be a very busy week. So, I may take a break for a month depending on how stressed I am. But if I'm not, I'll come back. I'll come back. I'll make time. Anyways, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. I want to say bye bye, but I haven't set up my ending screen. Wait a moment. I need to do this before I start like doing my outro. But anyways, bye bye.